What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. And I wanted to do this one outside because it is so freaking nice out. This has been the nicest day of the year here in Illinois. And it was about like 72 degrees today. And usually I wear jeans to work. And I was there working. And I was like, oh my God, it's hot out today. Hey, Sarah, what's up? Today was the first time I was like, holy crap, it is hot out now, and I was so excited to throw on my shorts. I got my shorts on right now outside. So cool to be able to do that. But I wanted to tell you guys a story. But first, before that, this is day 38 of going live on Instagram every single day for me. I lost count and I was just going, and I just kept going through them, but I finally went back and actually counted how many days I've been doing this. So 38 days in a row. It's the most I've ever done this, and it's the most a lot of people done it. So let's just keep the ball rolling. Today I wanted to tell you guys a story that I really enjoyed. So it was about a couple years ago, and if some of you guys don't know, I love riding dirt bikes. It's my favorite hobby. It's my favorite passion is riding dirt bikes. And I usually go to this track that's an hour away, and we didn't used to really ride with a lot of people. We would go on free days, and we would go during the week because somehow it just worked for us then. And we would ride at the track. There wouldn't be that many people there, so we kind of usually had the whole place to ourselves, which was awesome at one point. So but the thing about these free ride days, whenever there's nobody there, they usually don't put a whole lot of they don't put a whole lot of work on the dirt in the track. So whenever you're riding, it's very very slippery and very hard to maneuver, instead of what it's supposed to be is a really nice prep track whenever they really lay the dirt out and they really make the track look and feel really good. Hey, Maria. So one day we were going to go there for a free ride, and I wasn't expecting it to be any different at all. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna ride my dirt bike again, have fun, basically have the whole place to myself. So we got there, and we see all these campers, so many freaking campers, so many trucks, so many people and bikes there. And I was like, holy crap, is there an event going on? And we get up to the registration. They're like, yeah, we do have an event going on. It's a prep day. And the difference between a free ride day and a prep day is all they do is they prep the track, and they have assigned people or assigned positions to take off. So there's a little kids, they let them go for 30 minutes. Then they let the teenagers go for 30 minutes. Then they let the older riders go for 30 minutes, and they just continue that cycle over and over. So that is a prep day. And going into it, I was a little scared because I've never rode with other people. I've always been had the whole place to myself, and it's very different. It's kind of like driving a car whenever you have your white slip out in the country, and then transitioning to driving in on highways with other people, and that jump's a little scary. It is. So that's how it was for me. And I've always obviously wanted to ride with people, and I've always wanted to race the same way we all wanted to drive on the interstate, right? So that's something I've always wanted to do, but my fear was usually holding me back. I was scared too, because what if I hit somebody? What if they hit me? What if what if I injure myself and injure somebody else? That's what really was holding me back from doing it. But then after we got there and we learned that it's a prep day at the track, we had two options. We could either go home, that we just drove an hour for and spent probably another hour just packing to get to the track. So we could have went home, or we could have just decided to ride. And thank God I had some will in me, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. I'm just going to throw myself out there and see what happens. So I'm like nervous. I pay a little upcharge actually to ride on the prep track, which it was. Let me get into it. So I'm a little nervous. I'm getting to the starting gate when they call my section, or my they call it C class. I was just riding C class riders that day, and they called us out, and I was like, okay. I'm just gonna lay in the back so everybody can kind of go, and then I can just take off. But the problem was there was multiple people doing that, so you're like, I can't really, like, I can't go, or I can't be the last one out the gate, which I wanted to be. I wanted to be the last one out the gate, but I couldn't. So everybody kind of took off. Then us little lingers stayed back, but we finally took off and did it, and it was so it was nerve-wracking at first, man. It was so nerve-wracking. Whenever we took off, we started going just a little bit each time, and I wasn't riding my fastest at all. I was just staying cautious of everybody, making sure I wasn't around anybody. It was very uncomfortable for me. I felt very uncomfortable in that environment, in that position, and after a couple laps, stuff started to change. I started getting the feel for it. I started basically finding my surroundings around me. Like, oh, I know this guy's here. I let the faster riders were passing me. Like, I started understanding and started getting the hang of it. And then one lap, I was just like, all right, it's like, I'm tired of doing the basics. Let's go. And I finally decided to be confident in myself, and I took off. I just took off as fast as I can, like there was nobody there on the track. And oh my God, I had the biggest adrenaline rush. There's nothing more exciting than hitting like a nice line and then passing somebody. It's like a competition. Now it becomes a competition instead of just a free ride. And it gets like, it ups your game. It really does. It makes you ride faster because you're trying to beat the guy next to you, even though it's supposed to be friendly, but it's like, if you're passing people, it's always some competition in there. So I'm passing these guys, even though some of them are like bikes smaller than me, some of them are older than me and on bikes bigger than me. That's what made me feel freaking awesome. I was like, whoo, yes. I was just just flying past them, jumping over people, not literally jumping over people, but jumping beside people in the air. That's scary, but it's so fun whenever you can do it. And oh my God, I literally just finally got the hang of it and learned to love it. Right? So now when I go to the track, I love when people are there. I love prep days because the track is super nice and clean, and it's not freaking, you're not going everywhere. But the other part is I love riding with people because I love passing people and I love learning from people. It's so cool to have a more experienced rider riding beside you. What's up, Cam? And you're like, you do you like jump a giant tabletop right in front of you, and you see the guy do it the same thing, only maybe he chose a different line, or he put the throttle all the way during the jump. So you catch onto these things, and then that makes you become even better and better. So the moral of the story is I transformed from was being super scared of riding with people and didn't want to. I always wanted to just be on my free ride days by myself. From that to I want to ride with people all the time. Like, I would much rather go to a prep day when the track's really nice and there's a bunch of people there than not, the track sucks and there's nobody there. So having that little transformation has made me a better rider and made me faster on the bike, and that brings so much joy to me. I love getting better at my craft. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little story. Make sure to leave some comments for me. Like this if you want, that'd be awesome. And also just make sure you're always doing something that scares you, because you might end up liking it. As crazy as it sounds, right? But trust me, it's amazing. So thank you guys for all staying on. This was day 38. Tomorrow's day 39 of going live every single day for 365 days. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.